In the Bible, Jesus says we are called to be light in the world, a city on a hill that cannot be hidden. That sounds beautiful when life is calm and the sun is shining. But what about when the hill feels really steep and the world feels dark? What about when a light feels more like striking a match in the rain? This past year has been one of those seasons for me. I've walked through a valley I never expected. I was diagnosed with inflammatory arthritis, and there were days I couldn't walk properly. Days I felt like I was a 99-year-old trapped in a body that once ran around the fields after the sheep. My joints swelled, my energy had vanished, and my confidence wobbled. The hardest part was when my mum needed to become my carer for a while. And as a mum myself, that humbled me to the core. You never expect to hand the reins back like that, and I am truly grateful to her. But if we roll the story back just a little bit, the roots began earlier, to when I needed to take Hayley out of school in 2020. She was struggling so much in that environment, emotionally overwhelmed, shutting down, and fear gripping her little nervous system. And as her mum, I had to face a very painful truth, that some of that wasn't just the system or the world we live in. Some of it had come from me. My own nervous system had been in survival mode since pregnancy. I was carrying stress like a rucksack full of rocks, never putting it down and just pushing through. My little girl was borrowing my nervous system. Like a child reaching for a hand in the dark, she felt my stress and was living it. Then when her granny went home to heaven, it sent her into a deep spiral of grief. Her world felt unsafe, and she clung to me, terrified I would disappear too. Imagine being that small and feeling that much fear. It broke my heart. She used to cry and scream and lash out. Sometimes she bit or spat in my face. Not because she was bad, but because she was hurting. And I took it. I stayed solid. I held her even when she could not hold herself. And every night I used to pray, Lord, please help me. Then last year, the breakthrough came slowly, like the dawn stretching over Dartmoor. The light started creeping in, and Hayley began trying new things. She found courage again. She started leaving my side without panicking. She began to shine. And when she stood stronger, my body finally exhaled after years of survival. And sometimes when the storm ends, the body collapses before it rebuilds, I have discovered. My adrenal glands had grown nodes, my kidney had swollen, and this year my immune system crashed, creating the arthritis, arriving like a very unwanted guest. But here is what I have learned. Darkness does not win by showing up. It wins only if we let it make us quit. And I did not quit. I chose to rest, and I let the wind and the sunshine carry me. I kept believing in it even when my belief was really shaky. I kept searching for the light in the cracks, in scripture, in nature, in my daughter's laughter returning, and in the way my husband just held steady, bless him. In the simple gift of a hot cup of tea on a pain-filled morning at 3 a.m, I kept speaking life over myself, even when my body felt heavy with defeat. And slowly, the light is returning. We're not all the way through yet, but we are moving, walking steadier, laughing more, and learning to live from peace instead of pressure. And through it all, I've learned that light is not loud. Light does not need to shout. Light simply refuses to go out. If you're in a dark season right now, please hear this. Darkness is not your destiny. This chapter is not the whole book. You might feel lost, drained, and overwhelmed, even guilty like I did. But you're not failing. You're being refined, and there is gold inside of you that only the fire can reveal. And God has not left you or us in one heartbeat. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is whisper, Jesus, please help me, and put one foot in front of the other. Sometimes healing looks like letting someone else care for you for a season. The biggest lesson for me is that light arrives when I'm resting and not striving, and when I'm being a human being and not a human doing. And just like the seasons on our farm, winter doesn't stay forever. Spring always comes. Shoots burst through soil that look dead. Our bodies heal, our children rise, and our souls breathe again. So tonight, if all you can do is lift your face and say, I will not give up, that is enough. The light in you is enough, and I am proud of you for holding on. You are called to shine even here in these times we're in, perhaps especially here, because a candle is the brightest in the dark.